everyone, and welcome to episode 36 of My Mom Sandy. We are your hosts. I am Josh Fasten, and the woman next to me almost took a swim in the garage today. This is my mom, Sandy.
Took a swim? What do you mean took a swim?
Well, what happened this morning? Tell everyone what happened.
Yeah.
You get it now? You get the joke? It was a joke. It was like a pun, an intentional
life
pun.
Sucks sometimes, huh?
What? So, take us through like the last few weeks. What's gone on?
Well, I had my car stolen. Which, by the way, I have this great idea. I think that you should write to the helpful Honda guy about me.
There's just one guy.
Your dear sweet mother.
One singular.
Whose Honda wagon was stolen, and seeing as she's semi-retired and she can't. She needs the car in order to work. I think,
What if we got you like a really fast go-kart?
I think you should write to the helpful Honda guy. I mean, my car got stolen.
It's gone.
I know. I don't have money to buy a new car.
Maybe the listeners will start pitching in.
Yeah, we asked him to leave popcorn on the doorstep. Did you see any popcorn on the doorstep?
That's true. I did not.
What else did we ask him to do? We asked him to contact us about what? Any questions they might have. Have they ever done that?
No.
Hardly.
No.
What else?
I honestly think it's because no one listens, but
that's what I think.
Whatever.
Too.
Our friend Bonnie, she's a client of mine. She listens. She listened to a bunch of episodes, she said. And the other day she went and got herself some Krispy Kreme donuts. And she was like, we were aligned. Although I didn't get my donuts this week.
I know.
So what happened today?
So I had to pick up my grocery order that I ordered.
Your once a week delivery from
my once a week pickup from Ralph's, where they give me,
half the order.
Half the order.
And then
10 things I didn't get.
And then it carries
today.
back over to the next week.
Oh, now I got to go like on Wednesday. It's like, it's fucked up. It's all fucked up. So anyway, I leave, I walk out of the house, and I notice on the driveway that there's some water. And I think, did somebody walking down the street turn on the hose or what?
Did someone take a pee-pee?
And then I looked, and so sure enough, no, the water was coming out of the garage. And then I opened up the garage door, and there was a little flood in the garage, which is where our hot water heater happens to be located.
Which was broken.
Which was broken and leaking.
Typically, when a water heater leaks, typically means it's broken.
Yeah, typically, yeah.
So what I heard from the downstairs was I heard the front door open, close, then open again, then close, then the garage door open, close, then the garage door open again, close, and then before the front door was open again, I heard, fuck, 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 fuck.
Well, you know now how much a hot water heater is going to cost.
I do know.
$2,000. So,
you don't have to say it.
Well, and that's cheap.
I know we got a deal.
We got a deal, but could have been $2,400. We have a special kind. If any of you are out there listening and know,
why don't we have a tankless? Is that not possible? That's not a possibility here.
I don't really know.
I feel like those are cheaper, no? Like $20, $30?
No, they used to be more expensive. I don't know what they are now.
Isn't it just it's just a bucket?
Yeah, I felt like today. Have you seen the 90 Day Fiance where the guy's in the Philippines and how they take a shower?
Are you asking me or are you asking our listeners?
I'm asking you.
I've seen it, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I felt today because I had to wash my hair in the sink with cold fucking water. Oh, it was awful.
So you had your car stolen. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. You didn't get as many groceries as you needed. And the hot water heater broke.
And the estate sale's off.
Oh, yeah. And there was going to be a giant estate sale up at your mom's house to get rid of a bunch of stuff, to get the house ready to sell. And now that's not happening.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, it's... well, you got a little coffee. Do you have COVID?
COVID. My throat was a little sore earlier.
Mine's a little scratchy, but I still have that post-nasal drip thing.
PNS?
No, I think it has a lot to do with the wind, because it's been really super windy. I mean, not super windy, but windy. And I think there's just a lot of pollen in the air. And I know, Like this, every now and again, this ear over here will pop. And it's like, oh, man.
Do you ever have it where one ear goes out?
Yeah.
And you just hear...
Well, it doesn't go out completely. It just kind of stops up temporarily.
Oh, I feel like it'll one of mine will go out, and then it just... And I'm like, come back. Oh, there it is. And then comes back.
Oh, it's kind of like a microphone.
Yeah.
With a snapping.
Check.
I can't snap my fingers anymore. Is that something you lose with old age?
It's too many wrinkles. Wrinkly wrinkles.
Too many.
Yep. That's what it is. Yep. So we have a guy coming tomorrow to put in a new water heater. Take ours out, put in a new one. And your quote today in the garage, because we had to move stuff around, was, "What a fucking nightmare! This is a fucking nightmare."
Mm-hmm. Nancy Neighbor just had to replace theirs maybe 6 months ago, 9 months ago.
Yeah. Was it the original?
No. Yes, I think theirs was the original. Mine was not. That was the thing is that, we bought the house in
2000,
January 2001, and the water heater went out in 2003. It was just went right off of warranty.
I feel like there's something wrong if you have a water heater that's only lasting for fucking, 2 years?
Yeah, and the next door neighbor, theirs went out too, the other side of us. These people, I think, had the original. I don't know, but they probably have the same kind there that we have here with the
fan, the jet.
Vent, what's it called? Power vent.
Power valve.
Power vent.
Did you see what I wrote on the envelope?
No, what did you write? Power vent money?
It was water heater power valve super turbo edition. We better get a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did see what you wrote on my list of to-dos today.
Oh, what was it?
Give Josh money and cure for COVID-19.
Cure for COVID, yeah.
Cure for COVID. That's our new charity.
CFC.
CC.
Just money that goes straight to us.
There you go.
We're working on it.
I know. We're working.
We're
really
getting there.
hard
We're
on
doing
it.
something. So.
So yeah, it's been kind of a weird.
2020.
So far, I mean, it just I just keep thinking, what else now? Of course, that's.
I don't think that
3 bad things, so maybe I'm done. Don't things come in threes?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm done. We'll see.
Yeah, it has been weird. I feel like it's been a real shit year.
So you were did we talk about the donut thing last week? We did, didn't we?
That I wanted donuts?
Yeah.
I think we talked about
Vegan donuts.
Yeah.
And you tried to go the other day, right?
Oh, I got scared.
You got scared?
What day was it? Was it Sunday?
Where's mommy not holding your hand?
Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It was, what day? Because I had to go somewhere too.
Saturday?
I went and got gas. It was Saturday.
So I just feel like, yeah, I had this great idea that the other thing is I feel like it's always a late start. Like you're up late and I haven't been able to pull my car out of the garage because you're blocking me.
Really, like you can't fucking move my car?
Did you want me to actually drive your car?
You've driven my car recently because it was raining and we didn't want to take the good car out in the rain. Right?
Anyway, so I left the house.
The rain might melt it.
You gave me a pair of gloves. I grabbed my little mask, my medical mask, got in the car. I drove down.
Zoomed right down the street.
I drove down the street. I got to pretty close to where the freeway was. The thing that threw me for a loop, and even today, because we had to leave today, we had to go up to your parents' house.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people out on the roads.
There's a lot of people out today, more than there used to be.
And I think we've had really nice weather the last few days. Like the weekend was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are like, yeah, we're going and doing stuff. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, there are still people working, number one. And number two, people still have to go places. I mean, there's still things to do.
But it's just weird that there's so many.
Like, I don't think the neighbors, leave at all, ever.
No,
new
they have their bowling alley upstairs that they fucking bowl at.
Well, actually, I have seen him leave and then come back, but very
With
few
a bowling
times.
ball. What's his name?
Oh fuck.
David?
No.
Danny.
Craig.
Craig Neighbor?
Craig and Roz.
Craig and Ross?
Roz.
Rose.
Roz as in Roz from Frasier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's tough. And we had the news on actually right before we started this. We're recording this late on a Monday. But
it is late. We got to be up fucking early tomorrow, so let's not make this too long. But go ahead.
We'll do it quick.
Yeah. That's right. I like doing it quick.
And there you have it.
So, where were you going?
Right. So, one of the things that was on the news that they've been talking about that's happened over the past week is you have all these people coming out and doing these protests. You have these people that are essentially defying orders, to come out and protest that they want to get back to work and they want to, and it's interesting, right? I mean, it's interesting that all that's happening. It's interesting that people are, because,
we have, there's a few things at play here. Number one, we don't want people to die. We don't want people to get sick. However, and I think it's a really valid point, we cannot operate as a country, we cannot operate as individuals without money, without an economy. And so, you really have to weigh the cost of closing the economy down forever, as opposed to the cost of, and the cost, in livelihoods, they're talking about people are lining up at, food banks, food giveaway,
This is going to have repercussions? Repercussions?
Repercussions.
Is this the same word?
Say repercussions.
This is going to have repercussions for months and months and months, if not, a good year. I mean, there's businesses that will never be able to come back from this. And I hear what you're saying, and I hear what these people are saying with, hey, we cannot operate, we cannot.
But they are also saying, we also realize the seriousness of this virus. And here's the thing, it's like, it's been in the news today. I think there's been like 3 tests now done on immunity. One of them was done by, I think, USC.
My cousin Brian.
They did
your
Uncle Dan.
Yeah, that would be your brother Danny.
I know.
I left Danny. If you're listening, I left you a couple messages on the cams. I did a little cam show.
He doesn't listen.
I did a little Brian. I know my cousin Brian listens. Hey, yeah. Brian,
tell your father.
Tell your dad to check the cams.
What's the date today? Oh, April 20th.
Tell him to check the cams.
What time were we there? Like 3, 4, 5.
Check the cams.
PM.
Continue.
Where was I? What was I talking about?
The economy, the people. No, nothing. Nothing.
I don't know.
The protests coming out and protesting.
No.
The government.
No, there's something else I was talking about.
The leaders.
The leaders.
The leaders. I was going to say the Senate majority leaders.
I don't know what I. Oh no, I know what I said. The studies.
Oh, I knew it was an S.
Yeah, but you got it wrong. So that means you probably weren't listening.
I was listening.
That's a little.
I was thinking about, once you started talking about I don't know how the cams came up, but I started thinking about that cam show that I left from my Uncle Danny, my cousin Brian. Tell him to watch the cams. Continue.
Studies. Okay, studies. So they did like 1,000. They did 1,000 blood samples to test for immunities. 1,000 different people who did not think they had the coronavirus. In other words, they had not been confirmed cases, and they found out there was like 0.4%.
Do you have something in that bag in your bedroom? Is there a bag on the ground?
Which bag are we talking about? There's a lot of bags in there.
I don't know. It just looks like Bogey's eating something out of a bag.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, screw it. Who cares?
Oh, wait, there is cat food in there.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's eating.
Oh, you know what? We need to go get that. He's
going for it.
No, go get it.
Me go for it?
Whatever. Yeah, go get it. Bring the bag.
I'm hardwired.
Well, hardwire yourself. All right, hardwire. He's gonna put teeth marks in the dry food bag, and then the dry food's gonna spoil. He's such a shit. Oh, that fucking cat. I swear to God, the only time he ever runs through the house is if he thinks I'm gonna give him food. He like gallops through the house. Like, this cat is like 20 pounds at least, I'm sure.
Like a mini horse over here.
The vet, I know. When he jumps off the table, you could hear it downstairs.
Yeah, it's fucking. I think that somebody's broken in the house and they're getting ready to murder you.
Oh, it's just fucking crazy. And the vet came and saw him and said, "Oh no, he needs to lose a couple pounds." And I swear to God, ever since then, he's had a more of an appetite than ever.
Yeah, because he probably heard. And he was
Fucking
like,
A,
fuck
I know.
that. We had to take him on my 600-pound cat life.
I need a hamster wheel for cats.
You have like fucking.
Stick them in there. And
You have like 3 cats.
You know what I'll do is I'll put a piece of food up there, and he'll think he's going to run after it and get it.
What about our studies?
Okay, so the study said. So basically, what the study results come out to say is that, I mean, how many cases do we have reported of COVID in Los Angeles?
Do you want me to look that up?
Please.
All right, keep talking.
Yeah, so anyway, what the studies say is that we're probably looking at about 200 to 400,000 cases in the LA area. Excuse me, these could be cases that, have, been going on for months, or maybe went on months ago, like in November or December. These could be people who didn't even know they were sick, asymptomatic, that type of thing. Seriously? Like, you can't fucking find that?
Well, this is like an LA Times thing that says hundreds of thousands of LA residents may have been infected with the coronavirus by early April, far outpacing the number of officially confirmed cases. Is that what we were going for?
That's pretty much the article, yeah.
Translates to roughly 221,000 to 442,000 adults who have recovered from an infection, once margin of error is taken into account, according to the researchers conducting the study.
I mean, what that does is that lowers the death rate way down to maybe the equivalent of the death rate of the flu.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, here we go. Los Angeles County confirmed 13,816, 617 deaths.
13,000 confirmed cases. And what they're saying now is that there's probably been 221,000 to 442,000 cases that we don't even friggin' know about. That's crazy. So basically what that means is that, again, death rate is lower. Yes, it's highly contagious, but, maybe it is time to start thinking about reopening the economy. I mean, we can't all stay cooped up and crazed up with the doom and gloom that we keep hearing about. I mean, stupid Garcetti, everything's going to be bad.
All right, let's get away from.
He just did the state of the city address.
I know, but we are a trusted podcast,
and it was all doom and gloom.
I know.
I'm sorry. I want to hear something positive.
All right,
don't you?
So I think me and you touched on this the other night when we were talking, and I think that we have a little bit of different, or maybe earlier today. I want to know what's going on. I want the truth about things. I think the issue is that there's a lot of stuff that they don't know. And guess what? If there was a virus and it's making people's fucking eyeballs fall out, I want to know.
By the way, they did say that
it makes people's eyeballs fall out?
No, they did say that they're finding that it affects, so I think they said 3% more men than women.
Great.
Or that they're 3 times more likely. I don't know what that is, but 3 times more men get it than women do.
Yeah, well, so that's the whole thing, though, right? Is like I've seen mixed reports on why they think that it's men. I saw something talking about how it has to do with the fact that there's testicles. More. I did not hear that, but that more men smoke, which I don't know if that's true or not, right? But they were trying to do the link between.
Well, I don't know. We heard that thing last week. Is Tucker Carlson said that they were saying that smokers weren't getting it. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's like, it's kind of like everything else in this country. It's like, one day coffee's good for you and in a week it's bad for you.
Right. But I think that this
is all new and different and
right.
Nobody
but I
really
think
knows
that there's some humor in that idea. Like, it's like we went through a phase where you turn the news on and it was just like, in between like a show, right? And they would be like, join us at fucking Channel 5 at 11. To find out why using crosswalks might be bad for your health, and then you're just like, uh-oh. I used
I
cross
better
rocks
not use cross rocks anymore.
But it was almost, it was comical. It was like a joke,
Cross rocks.
That's something different. That was a board game. You ever play that?
No, I didn't even know that was.
Cross rocks?
No,
It comes with little pebbles.
You're full of shit.
I'm not. This is cross rocks. And you pick up so the other person turns away, and then you pick up
the pebbles, then they give you the cross?
No, they ask you, they have to guess how many pebbles.
Do this?
No, stop. You don't know. You've never played this, obviously. They have to guess how many pebbles are in your hand.
Yes.
Or rocks, I guess, if you want to call them. If they guess wrong, right? So they'll say 5, you open up, you have 6. They have to stand like a cross, and you throw the rocks, you pelt them.
I don't know, Josh. I mean, it's nice that you're creative and you can think on your feet like that, but I have to wonder what the fuck is wrong with you.
If you guys haven't seen, I posted a video on my own Instagram. I was going to actually put it on the My Mom Sandy Instagram.
I was going to say, nobody knows what our afternoon's been like.
But I feel like if they have seen if they follow My Mom Sandy, they've probably followed me. But anyway, channel surfing. It's my last Instagram video on @JoshFasten. It's a gem. I'm going to try to put one up each week. Channel surfing. I don't want to say anything else about it. Anyway, I think that the concerning thing, and I've said it since day one, about COVID-19 is the fact that they just don't know enough about it. They don't know where it came. I mean, we know it came from China, but we don't know what It
is the China virus.
The China virus. But we don't know...
Or is it the Chinese virus?
No, I think it's just China. Which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing of saying. Like, if the United States, and if the United States had a fucking virus that whatever, and it started here...
They'd call it the U.S.
They'd be like, oh, that fucking U.S. virus. That's fine. Right. It started here. We'll take credit, But I think that...
nobody wants credit for a virus. That's the problem.
But I think they don't know enough about it. Right? They don't necessarily know where it came from. They don't know. The symptoms now are kind of all over the place.
I know. I'm hearing like skin rashes.
Right. Skin rashes. There's neurological shit. There's strokes associated with it. There's epiphylohaphia. What is that?
Encephalitis?
Yeah. Is it the water on the brain?
No, that's...
I think it's what I said, no? Epiphylohaphia?
Epiphylohaphia? And the plural to that would
It's like a refinance business. Who did the refi on your home? Oh, epiphylohaphia.
All right.
But now they're saying all these extra things, right? They're saying, because that's the fucking problem, right? Is that when it first came out, it was like...
Make it sound like it's a movie or something. When it first came out...
When it was released.
When it was originally released
on
in
that
China.
Sunday. It was like... And it was...
At the movie theater.
It was, okay, well, this is hitting old people. 65 and above. Even now, the fucking commercials, the Surgeon General has these commercials, from like these CDC commercials where it's like, how should you know if you're at risk? Well, if you're 65 and over and if you have an underlying health condition. It's like, wait, fuck, I think weeks ago we figured out that really doesn't matter.
Well,
I mean, maybe those people are getting hit more hard, but
what I heard today too, and coming home from my mother's, was that 89% of the people that have died had underlying health issues.
Right. So same thing that would happen if we had a really bad flu season.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get that. You're going to get a lot of older people who are going to pass from that. But again,
exactly.
I think that the scary thing about this is
that my mother got the flu shot one year and still got the flu and ended up in the hospital. So.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I think that if this was something that they knew things about, I think that we would be in a slightly different situation. I think it's obviously, you've heard the saying, there's the fear of the unknown. And I think that there's just, when they come out on television, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a politician, whether it's a whatever, and they say, we just don't know, that's when it's like, fuck, this is scary. And look, there's a guy on my hockey team, shout out fucking Ian, my boy Ian. He's been saying since this thing came out, he's like, when this is all said and done, the death toll, the death rate, the mortality rate is going to be way lower than they ever fucking thought. And it was just weeks ago that we read a whole article on here about how more people die in fires and house fires each week than they've done of COVID. But again, I think that a lot of it comes from the unknown. Can I go to work? Can I interact with people?
And
I have a sore throat or my scratchy throat. Does that mean I have it? I mean, that's the thing, right? Like if you wake up and you have a cold, forget coronavirus for a second, right? You wake up and you have a cold. You typically are like, I've got a cold. I woke up, my nose is stuffy. You might take some, what is the
I don't know what you're talking about.
The epiphafifi? What is the stuff they squirt in their nose?
I don't know. Neosynephrine? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't use any alleviate of that stuff. Stuffy nose was like a thing, right?
I don't know. Okay. I don't use anything like that.
I
use a neti pot. That's
all right. We'll just call it cocaine for right now. But when you you have a cold, you wake up, you have a cold, you have a stuffy nose,
you have a cold.
You take some stuff, it
probably
relieves the congestion.
Probably not going to use cocaine,
right? But you start to feel better, and kind of how long that's going to take its course. Right, you're thinking,
yes, but then there's things like the secondary infections, the ear infection or the bronchitis.
Okay, cool.
Or the pneumonia.
Okay. Yeah. So
but you kind of know.
Let's go to those. So you get an ear infection. You identify, I have an ear infection. It's probably caused by my cold. I should probably talk to my doctor. He's going to give me some doxycycline. My ear infection is going to go away in probably 3 to 5 days.
Knowing the name of the prescription.
What's the plural on that one?
Doxycycline.
I thought you were going to say doxycycline.
No, doxycycline.
Yeah. So I think that when we go back to it, there's this fear because not only are people seeing people die, people are seeing people of every age die and get really sick from this thing, but then we're seeing people of every age not get so sick.
Well,
and not have.
I think it's symptoms. Kind of amazing to think that there's in LA County there's 200,000 to 400,000 people who have probably already had it, and we don't even know. So that goes back to, you said what you said last week when you said, November, December, everybody was sick.
I had tons of clients coming into the salon telling me how they got knocked on their ass by the flu, right? Yeah. They had everything. Deep cough,
I love
fever.
The flu. The flu is like the catch-all for anything that...
Some had stomach problems, but there was something going around.
Did they lose their sense of smell and taste?
I don't know.
Did they have skin rashes?
Is that they kind of sound like Keith Morrison. Give me more. Tell me the thing about Jane.
No, I can't.
You can't do it. So
the thing about Jane was
it's Pam.
The thing about Pam.
I'm trying to throw you off the scent.
The thing about Pam was.
Can you say the thing about Epiphafi?
The thing about Epiphafi, yeah.
So, I think that. All these people were... Whoa. You just slip?
I slipped.
You're just sitting down. How'd you slip?
Because my elbow slipped off.
Slippery elbows.
Yeah.
Everybody was sick. All these people were coming in saying they're sick. And a lot of those people were like, fuck, I think I probably had it.
I know. Well, I wish that we had thought we had it.
But that's the thing, right? No one knows. That's what I keep coming back to.
Well, until you get tested for the antibodies.
Right.
Once you get tested for the antibodies, then you're going to know. That would be beneficial for everybody. It's too bad.
Wait.
Beneficial.
Beneficial?
Beneficial.
It's like a
venom.
Oh,
yeah.
venom. Venom in the official.
Venom-ficial. It'd be nice if we could all do like our own like self-test, like swab by the inside of our mouth, test it. Oh yeah, antibodies. Oh no. Or a little finger poke with a little like a diabetes blood test.
And look, I think we'll get there, but I've got to imagine that we're probably months away.
Because then if you knew that you already had it,
right,
then you could go to work.
Assuming that you can't get it a second time, yes. Assuming that you get it because that's the other thing that they're unsure of, right? That's the thing, right? Is that I think we're months away from getting like an at-home test. Like the mailman is going to drop off a fucking at-home test. The census is sending out at-home tests, right? I think we're months away from that. I think we're months away from being able to, in masses, go to a clinic, a hospital, a doctor's office, and have like you go in, you get this test, they come back, they say, oh, you have antibodies, good day. And you're there for fucking 10 minutes. I think we're months away from that, unfortunately. But I think that it keeps coming back to this thing where there's so much that people don't know. And the fear of the unknown is scary. Seeing people die is scary. Not really knowing, again, the fear of the unknown.
So why did you turn around and come home? Did we ever talk about that?
I was scared of the unknown. There was a lot of people out on the road. I was scared. I identified the problem, which was people. I saw the solution, which was home. And
I'm now an agoraphobic.
And the quickest solution to my problem was a straight line, which took me from where I was back home.
After you U-turned.
I did a U-turn of death.
I
cut off 4 cars, and I was like, coming through.
I'm in a panic state.
Someone's got to get home, Daddy.
Yeah. I don't. I just want to bring that up because I don't know that we ever covered that.
Yeah, I was scared.
Why you came home?
Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, look, I think that I think that these people who are going out and protesting are fucking morons because I don't think that there's enough known about this thing. Like, it's like saying, well, here, go stand on the edge of a building. Maybe you fall, maybe not.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen there. Here's the thing: people that go out and protest, they're doing it for a reason. I mean, let me tell you something. If I had a job, I mean, if I
tell me that again. Say that.
If I was not retired, semi-retired,
you have a successful podcast that made you
collecting not enough Social Security every month to live on, but if I had a job that I depended on with my business is done. I mean, there's no way that people are going to have parties for quite some time. Maybe not even for the holidays.
Right.
So here's the deal. I need to be able to go back to work. I need to make money. I live paycheck to paycheck, just like many, many Americans do.
But that's what I've been saying is what does this look like long term?
Well, we don't know that yet. But
so look,
there are states that are going to start opening up.
Yeah. So I was going to say that brings us to a great point.
And on top of that, I think the requirements are that your death rate or something, or your reported number of cases has to be down below a certain level for like 14 days.
I had this conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and he was saying, he goes, can you believe, I think it's 3 states are essentially reopening.
North Carolina, Tennessee, and
Georgia. Just saying. George Johnson. You guys will know what that's all about. They're reopening, I think, tomorrow. And what I told my friend, and he goes, I can't believe they're doing it. And I see where he's coming from. I mean, look, I see where everyone's coming from on this thing. But
they didn't have the cases that the other states.
I think Georgia got hit pretty hard. But my thought was,
that looks like the Philadelphia Flyers.
I was gonna say you're over there sketching away on that paper towel.
I am.
Look at you go.
I'm sketching.
I didn't even know that you like to draw. Draw me. Here, look. Draw me.
I can't draw you.
Draw me with the mic. Here, look. No. Ready?
But did you see Sam did that really cute thing for my masks?
I did. My mom, Sandy.
Yeah, and I liked the. It was hard to read the letters, but I loved the little person with the mask on.
She has me blocked on Instagram, so I can't see her stuff.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I saw it under the My Mom Sandy account.
Oh.
I checked that too, Sam. But she has me blocked, so she's not ready to extend the olive branch yet. One day. I think that what you're going to see with these states, right, is that this is going to be the ultimate experiment, right? Because I think one of two things is going to happen.
But it's not because
100%
again, I don't because I don't think they have. I don't.
You know what I've noticed is listening back, you interrupt me a lot. Continue.
That's because you should be interrupted.
Even though I was in the middle of a sentence. Continue.
I don't know what I was going to say now.
So what they're going to see is that because this is going to be the ultimate experiment, right? You're going to have these states that are going to reopen their I don't want to say service industry because it's a bunch of stuff that's opening up, and I think one of two things is going to happen. You're going to see numbers continue to fall, to fall, and it's going to be like, oh, well, this is okay. And then other states are going to follow suit. Or you're going to see the numbers that have fallen because people have been staying at home, and they're going to immediately spike back up. And I think that that's the scary thing. If that happens, I think that we're looking at 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen because
look, I don't want.
Listen, I mean, all I'm saying about the doom and gloom is that we don't need to always hear it. I don't need you to tell me, Mayor Garcetti, that we're going to be closing parks and we're going to be changing our lifestyle.
Is that how he speaks?
And distancing, social distancing, 6 feet apart, and there'll be no more sports and, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, they said baseball has been canceled forever. It's never coming back. You wanted to why? Because it's really boring.
Well, it is that.
I'm just kidding. If you guys like baseball, that's fine.
It is boring.
Yeah, it's a really boring sport. Watch a good one.
I know. It's like hard to believe I actually went to baseball games at some point, but yeah.
I understand everybody's side, and I think that everybody is entitled. That's the whole thing, right? Is everybody's entitled to have feelings about this thing, right? Hold on. You're entitled to sit here and say, I don't want to hear the doom and gloom. As if I'm entitled to sit here and say, well, I want to see as much information as I can get, right? Just as people who are going out and protesting, I have my opinion on them, but they're allowed to do that, right? That's covered under the Constitution.
They are, and that's another thing they're protesting is their loss of their civil liberties. Their
and it's weird. I have a opinion on that where I'm just like, well, look, if we're saving lives, then let's save lives. I don't know. I feel like this was a time.
I know, but there is a fine line between denying us our rights for our own good, and I'm going to put that own good in quotes because that's somebody's judgment call. It's kind of like anything else that the government decides that is not good for us. But in New York, you can't buy a big,
dildo.
I don't know. I'm sure you can probably buy those.
You probably can't buy that.
But you can't buy a big gulp because that will kill you. You can buy 2 little gulps, but not 1 big gulp.
What if you bring your own cup and fill it up with 2 small gulps?
What else? Oh, in San Francisco, you can't circumcise a baby. The government's decided that that's cruel and unjust punishment.
It's a weird.
Or maybe that's Oakland. I'm not sure. One of those funky, weird liberal cities up there. But it's kind of like, seriously, like you're going to tell me, do I have to go to San Jose to circumcise my son?
But don't you think though that when this whole thing happened, right? If everybody, I felt like this was such a time.
I don't like the government telling me too that I have to get my children vaccinated. I just don't like that.
The people that don't want to vaccinate their kids are crazy. I mean, some of the shit,
I know, but
like when you start seeing like fucking whooping cough and smallpox and shit come back, and you're just like, wait, guys, vaccinate your kid.
Yeah, but well, now the vaccines are different. But back when you were a kid,
there was prototypes.
Well, you had bad reactions to the pertussis, the whooping cough, the DPTs, and I don't know.
That was a move. That was a wrestling move.
No, I don't think so.
I always got him up at the DBT. No,
I don't think so. I don't remember that being a wrestling move, but it could have been. Who knows?
My God, he landed that DBT. He's going for a cover. 1, 2, 3, and he won with a DBT. I think that.
Anyway, I don't like the government telling us what we can do. So I think,
and I understand that. I just think that this was such a time for the United States to come together, and I don't want to say do what we were told, but this was such a great time to come together and just stay home. And I feel that had we done it, like had everyone just stayed home for like 2 weeks, I think you would have seen this thing fucking dip way down.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that most people. I think that that's pretty much what happened, though.
Is that no? There are still people out. There are still people. Like it took weeks to shut down the fucking beaches, and because people were like, oh well, I can't go to work. Well, I'll go to the beach with my buddies, and parks and trails. It took at least 2 weeks to shut all that shit down.
Yeah, but you know what? There has to be a way that they can reopen that kind of stuff, and that people do practice the social distancing, because that's a problem. By the way, I also heard on the news that they're using drones to.
I just think remember after 9/11.
I just want to say this. I was out on the balcony tonight,
and you saw a drone. You said, "Ma'am, get back in the house."
There was a fucking drone out there, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is flying drones around here. And I'm telling you, it was sitting right up there. 2 blue lights.
Excuse me, ma'am.
1 red light.
Excuse
and
me.
a
Wait.
blinking
Oh, wait a minute.
white light.
Are you my mom, Sandy?
And it would just
outside.
hover. And it would hover. And it would hover. And it would hover. And it would hover. And then it would like go this way.
Are you sure it wasn't
and then
a UFO?
It would, like,
was it a
hover.
UFO?
Fucking A. It could have been. Who the fuck knows?
Do you remember after 9/11 when we cracked down hard on like any and all air travel?
Oh, yeah.
And you remember when there was that big uproar where there was those machines that you would go into?
Oh, yeah, the X-ray
and it would
machines.
like scan your dinky and your vagina?
Yes. I remember those machines.
But it would scan. That was a joke, guys. I don't really talk like that. But it would scan your privates.
You know, he doesn't talk like that at all.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, and so
I live with him. I know.
You'd go in and you'd put your arms up and you'd spread your legs and it would scan your whole privates.
Yeah.
And then they would get like the thing on the readout.
Yeah, they do that in the South American countries. They're looking for
drugs in your butt.
In your not in your butt. Drugs that you swallow.
Oh, well, they're probably
capsules.
also
capsules.
looking for them in your butt too. But
no, well, I mean, if they were there, they'd see them.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But anyway,
where do you think they go after you swallow them? In your butt.
I know.
There's a tube.
Add that out.
Just takes you all the way down.
Hopefully.
So everybody
in
conclusion, there was a lot of people that got upset about these machines taking looking the photos.
I didn't want to get. I'd rather be patted down.
So
than
okay, so
X-rayed.
see that's interesting because for me, I was like, fucking men, I will walk through that. Go read an X-ray made junk. X-ray my junk. Because if that means that I get to get on a plane and I don't have to worry about anyone having a bomb, then great. I feel that much better, you know? So I think that...
But isn't it a shame that it ever came to that you have to take your shoes off?
But it's a shame.
You have to empty your pockets and have your baggage gone through and x-rayed. And I mean, it should never have fucking happened.
Right,
it
but
should never.
Right,
it should
but
have.
that's the thing, right? It's like
and
you
that
say,
does
what a
take
shame, but what a shame that the terrorists flew our own airplanes into
That's
our
what
own
I'm
buildings.
saying.
Right.
That's why it occurred.
Right.
It occurred because of that. But the point is that you know, we did lose some of our personal freedoms
100%.
from that, and we will lose some of our personal freedoms from this as well. But you know, I mean, there's a fine line there. You still have to preserve those freedoms that we have.
I think that if it's for the well-being of the
rights that we have. And did you like that?
I saw that. Yeah, you flicked your collar.
I did.
I think if it's for the well-being of the country, the well-being.
But you know,
I'm all over the place with my well-being.
I know, but here's the deal, Josh: who is determining the well-being of the country?
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's the problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of different people that are pushing and pulling, right? But I don't know what else you do. You know?
I mean, do you like it that in New York you can't? I mean, it doesn't matter to you, but I mean, is it just stupid that they have restrictions on the size of a drink you can buy? I mean, not that I would ever go buy like a big gulp, but again, you could buy 2 little gulps that equal 1 big gulp, but you can't buy 1 big gulp.
The reasoning is that it's bad for you.
It's bad for you. 2 drinks are bad for you, just like 1 drink is bad for you. Would you like me to back up?
Well, no, it's funny because you've been really good this episode, but then you just started yelling. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know.
Are
people black marketing big gulps, or like on the corner being like, yo, give me your little 2 gulps.
That's De Blasio and his bullshit crap.
I don't know. I mean, look, if people are trying to save lives, people are trying to save lives. You can't, you know, why? I don't want to, you know.
Were they trying to save lives during Prohibition when they banned alcohol? Was that a good thing?
I don't know. I wasn't alive at that time.
Don't you create? I mean,
I'm only 38.
Created a black market for alcohol. We probably have a black market for big gulps.
Like, hey, I got a big gulp.
I got a big gulp right in here, right in my jacket.
Look at this big gulp. Huh? You like Coke, Diet Coke, Vanilla Coke, Cherry Coke?
Dr. Pepper.
I got vanilla Dr.
I'm
Pepper.
a pepper.
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
You're a pepper.
You like Sprite? Oh, I don't have 7-Up. I'm sorry, I don't do that.
Oh, we have Sierra Mist.
I don't know. You know, I think that there's things that are probably ridiculous. I mean, there's quite a bit of laws that are ridiculous. You know, did I ever tell you on tour one time we were in, I forget what state it was. I've told this story to friends before, and they're like, yeah, that's how it is. But we pulled up, and you cannot pump your own gas. It's nuts, right? Like, that's like a law.
I wonder why that is.
It's like because the gas station's still high. Like, they have like a bunch of like attendants.
Yeah.
And it's like good for like
back in the old days. Then that was great.
Yeah,
I loved it. Having somebody pump my gas, wash my windows for me. I just sat there and waited.
But I remember pulling up and I got out and I walked in and I paid and I came back and I did, and then I like took the thing out and the like attendant came up to me. He's like, yeah, can I help you? And I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, oh, you're not from around here, huh? And I'm like, we're on tour from like LA. He's like, you can't pump your own gas. And I was like, and I thought he was like fucking with me. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, no. And he like came over and like kind of shooed me away and then like stood there. And I was just like, I was like, this is nuts. And he's like, the gas station's hire like a lot of the attendance is like, you know, whatever, like people trying to get back into the workforce or people down on their jobs. So like they take those jobs real serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't.
Well, good for them.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, but I had no fucking idea. And at the time I was like, well, this is kind of stupid. Like, I'm going to pump my gas, you know?
Oh no. I mean, as long as, you know.
Could you imagine now people in like hazmat suits come up and they just fucking take the gas off and they just.
Can I get you a gallon today, ma'am?
Knock 3 times on the window how much gas you want.
Oh, that reminds me. I got an email from the El Segundo Animal Hospital, which is not where we take my cats, but.
Used to.
Excuse me, used to. But only because I go with concierge now. Nothing against El Segundo Animal Hospital. But I did read about their procedures now. Now if you call for an appointment.
They come out and get the animal.
Yes.
And they leave you in the car.
Yes. So they do that. They bring you the paperwork. You sign all the paperwork. They take it back in. Then they come out. They get your animal. They take it in. They treat it. You can either wait there or they'll call you when the animal's ready. It's like this big whole fucking process. I'm like, oh my God. It's like weird. It's all weird. All this stuff that's going on now.
Yeah, man, look, I thought it was weird when I went to Whole Foods and stood in line like it was an autograph signing. I was like, this is weird. Yeah.
What do I get? What do I get? Is it paring knives?
And it was funny because I had my
Wayne Gretzky autograph.
I had like my gloves and I hadn't put them on yet. Yeah, until I was just in line. You know? And I like felt like I had like my stuff, you know. And when I got up to the front, I was like, oh, just to Josh, right here on the top of the gloves, right there, just right there, just right there, just on the cuff.
Yeah, just sign it, please.
But yeah, I remember thinking like, this is weird. But yeah, we're living in this new normal right now that is really weird and strange. And, you know, but I will say this, and maybe this is like the silver lining and maybe we can end on it. I don't know about you.
Probably not, but go ahead.
Yeah. And you can chime in after this, but this has definitely changed my perspective a little bit on things.
In what way?
You know that as you draw, I can hear it.
You can hear it?
Yeah. But it just sounds like you're like carving.
Scratching.
Like you're like carving a shit in with like a knife.
That's right.
It has changed my perspective. I don't want to say I took like hanging out with friends or, you know, like I'll say social time for granted at all, because I care about my friends a lot. But this has made me appreciate that time way more. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things that I have a chat. I play men's league hockey.
I do.
I have a chat with all the guys on my men's league hockey team. Shout out Trash Pandas. And
you say that so fast. I don't think people
know. Oh. People, they know.
The important people know. The Trash Pandas know.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. That I miss seeing those guys. I miss playing hockey. I miss the rush of like getting on the ice, right? I miss seeing my.
Well, I miss walking into a grocery store without a fucking mask right in my fucking nose. I mean, it's like they're not comfortable. I'm sorry. I can't wait to get in the car and rip it off.
Yeah. Like I was never really a hand sanitizer. Like I never like wiped the basket. Cause I would usually get like a little basket.
Yeah.
It was very rare that I get a shopping cart, but I was never the guy that like took the fucking wipe. And,
I always have.
Yeah, see, I just never did that because I was always like, and I wash my hands a lot because of work anyways. But for me, it was like, I'm not here to like eat and touch my face. I'm here to go shopping. I'm going to get my shopping. I'm going to get in my car, drive home. And then when I get home, I'll wash my hands, you know? But it's made me, it's changed my perspective. I mean, I can't wait to to have
Wash
some sort
my
of
hands.
no, to have some sort of like normalcy back, right? To be
Yeah.
able to go to a grocery store and not stand in line.
By the way, speaking of normalcy, do you notice that even though we know there's no hot water, I still go to turn the hot water on?
I haven't done that yet. Although I usually wash my hands with cold water. So,
Oh.
but I am going to probably take a shower after this, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah. No hot water for a shower.
I know. Do you want to film it?
No, but you know, we could boil a big thing of water. You could turn the water on.
I only want to do
soap
that.
up.
Yeah, I only want to do that. That brings me back to like some tour stories because that's what we used to have to do on tour. We did the outside tours.
Oh, you had to
We had
hose
we had
it.
a camper shower.
Yeah.
So you fill it up with water, and we would leave it on our trailer in the sun all day.
Oh, it's nice and warm.
So you by the time, but then the bag was like probably this big.
That's hardly enough.
So you have 90 seconds to do a full shower. So you hold it up, you like hit the spigot,
Yeah.
you like turn it, and it like wets you, and then you like immediately turn the spigot off.
Yeah.
And then you fucking
Soap
up,
Yeah.
and then fucking spigot, and then you're trying to push the soap off because you're like, I gotta hurry.
I don't have much water here.
Um,
You could try that.
the only way that I want to do that is if you boil the water, obviously let it cool so it's not scalding. And then if you stand above me as if you're the shower head with a bucket, and I'm like, okay, all right, turn it on, Mom.
I'll get the little watering bucket with the
Yes.
the little tiny holes in it.
And then you turn it on a little bit, and you just dump
I'll
it.
water my son.
And I'm like, okay, shut her off. And then
They just did this on 90 Day Fiance the other day.
I do my shampoo.
It's horrible.
You know?
They first of
Turn
all,
it back on, Mom.
First of all, the water that they were showering with were in like these big tub trash can type things, and they had like a dump cup, a cup that they get the water and then they dump it all over their head, and it was like ice cold water, and the Filipinos that do this are used to it, but this American guy who was there, Ed, they call him, Big Ed, and he's really tiny.
With no neck.
His no neck.
Not a neck. It's a medical thing. There's no neck on him.
No neck on him at all.
Shout out, Ed, if you're listening.
But anyway, it shocked him to have that cold water on him. But then the girl went and got the hose and hosed them off. The father and Ed were.
I don't think I want you to hose me off. I feel like
I don't want to hose you off either.
I feel like that's like a little demeaning. That's like prison. That's like a prison shower. But if you're above me with like a bucket with some things in it, and you're not looking, like you turn your head away like this, and I'm like, all right, let's turn her. I need some water. Get it running.
I wonder how long it'll take them to. I wonder if they have to drain our hot water heater.
What's the thing on the I Love Lucy episode with the chocolate candies? Where she's like, fire it up, and then it's just fucking turbo candies.
Yeah, that's great.
Anyway,
that's a good one.
I don't know. My plan is to try to go get donuts and then go to Whole Foods, and then hopefully I come home and then all the mayhem is done. I'm gonna let you deal with that tomorrow.
And then you're gonna come do some skits at my mother's house.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, stop! I'm not supposed to spoil it. Okay.
I gotta check in on my video game. I got a new video game. Anyone playing Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch? Shoot me a message. I'll invite you guys over to my island.
I like the one. Is that the one you're playing?
Yeah.
On your phone?
That I showed you the photos of?
Yeah.
That's not on my phone. That's on the Nintendo.
Oh, what is that?
Animal Crossing. Do you listen to anything I say?
I do, but I didn't know the name. I didn't know that what you showed me on your phone was Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Because you're playing more than one game, right?
Yeah, I play some games with my friend Mark. Shout out Mark. He's not listening.
Shame on you, Mark.
He doesn't listen. He's got fucking things to do. Yeah, this guy. The My Mom Sandy podcast. Yeah, that's Animal Crossing. You want me to post that?
Yeah, you should post
I'll
that.
post
That's
it.
cute.
Behind the turntables, doing a little DJing.
Oh, is that what he's doing? I don't have my glasses on, but yeah, he's cute.
So,
he's a cute guy.
It's me. In conclusion,
I know.
I think that this. I don't want to sit here and you can if you want. I don't want to sit here and say I don't want to point blame and rights and wrongs and all that shit. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion, and that's what they feel. They feel like they're right because they. But I will say that the perspective that I've gained out of all this, I think, is enjoying those times with my friends, enjoying those moments with loved ones, making more of an effort to be with those people and to make memories and to, because I mean, in all seriousness, and I told you this the other day, but, and I'm totally okay with sharing it, but, I went through my phone the other night looking at photos of friends and loved ones. And I mean, I had like a fucking good cry because it was like, I didn't know when I was going to be able to see these people. No, I mean, I know that I will. I don't want to like make this some big dramatic thing, but I didn't know when I would see these people and be able to sit down and have a drink or sit down and have a meal or give them a hug,
It's gonna be hard to drink under that mask, eh?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we have
a flippy straw?
We might have to bring back plastic straws. I don't think paper ones turn like that.
A piece of metal that just comes like a metal pipe that comes out of your mouth and straight down.
Or we could just get IVs from now on.
No, that's a problem. I don't want that shit in my veins.
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Alcohol in your veins? Okay.
So, yeah, that's my thing.
All right. Well, you know what? I have very few friends, so I have a hard time. I have you, but you're my son.
And also your friend.
Yes, but you're still my son. And when you say family, you say it makes you appreciate your family and friends, I think. Yeah, except for my mother, because I'm sick and fucking tired of her, bitch.
I've been having... I think for the situation, I think we've been good, I don't think you could have done this with Sam. I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know why you'd say that.
It
would have been hard to move the furniture in the garage today, but maybe it would have been spread out more because nobody would have been living there. Nobody's car would have been living.
You would have just had like a
whole room. We could have done You'd
have a mock Fantastic Cappuccino set up down there.
There you go.
That's your shop. You don't even need to.
That's the kicker too. As I have so get on that helpful Honda guy thing. I want you to write a letter to them.
Oh, before we finish, I want to say, and I didn't tell you this, but I've had a couple really nice texts from our friend Peter and Caitlin offering to, being out at grocery stores and offering to bring groceries by.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Very sweet.
Yeah, that's nice.
Miss you guys. Me and Peter have been FaceTiming. Peter recently took up video games. So what he likes to do now, because I think I did it to him once, he likes to set the phone to where it's pointed at his face, and then he plays the video game.
And then does he talk to you?
And then we have conversations. But then I'm like, hey, if you're gonna do this, flip the phone around so I can at least watch you play the video game.
There you go.
I don't want
to look at your face.
I don't want to look at you looking at the TV screen. Let me look at the TV screen too.
There you go. Perfect.
So anyway,
share the screen with us.
Thank you guys. I cannot wait to see both of you guys when this is all done, and maybe we'll have you guys both.
You could come by. We could wave from the balcony.
Yeah, they've done that before.
I know. Peter came by. I don't do.
Or if you guys want to be
I guess she did.
If you guys want to do a Skype call next week, we can have you guys come on the podcast virtually. I was gonna say you guys could come on when you.
I know. I wonder if they're driving each other crazy.
It would be good to talk to them about that.
Yeah.
You guys think about it. You got a week.
And we know you'll be in contact with us.
We know
you guys are good.
We know where you guys live.
That's right. We do.
We know where you guys fucking.
We know where you have my car too. Damn it.
Hey, leader.
Leader.
We know about that fucking car job you did.
I know.
Grand Theft Auto.
I'm going to tell you something. They may never find my car for the simple reason that they're not ticketing any cars now on the streets, which means that my car could be parked on some no parking street cleaning on Wednesday street, and for months because of the coronavirus and people staying home, that car's not going to even be noticed that it's there.
You'll get a bunch of calls after this whole thing. We are having parties. We saw your car parked over there. It was moving a bunch every day.
I had business cards and brochures in my car, which really I won't ever reprint my brochures. That kind of bothers me that those are gone.
You're more concerned with the brochures in the car.
And my 2014 Stanley Cup. Although
LA King. Hey, if any of the Kings players are listening, send her a new license plate holder.
For God's sakes. I know, it's falling apart, dude. You saw that, right?
Yeah. It was like
I know, it was like weird.
L's, Angels, Ings. And I was like, Mom, what is that?
Anley Cup. Anley Up.
Anley Up Hampions. Hampy Eye.
Yeah, part of it fell off or
something. Wrap this up. So do you feel like, give us a final thing here. Do you feel like your perspective has changed about what our everyday life was to what our everyday life is now?
I don't like living without hot water.
Not that. You would.
And I don't like living under the restrictions that we're under. Yes, everything's changed. Everything's changed. I hate breathing in those masks. I hate having that mask on my face. I hate driving my car and seeing everybody in masks. The good news is us girls, we don't have to put on makeup anymore because ain't nobody going to see our face. Oh, we could do a little eye makeup, I guess. But the bad news is that we're going to be wearing fucking masks forever, probably. Which reminds me, that might be my next business venture. So,
if you guys can check out my mom Sandy's
actually,
masks.
we'll put the pictures of the new ones that I did. Post those.
Okay. I think
different fabrics.
I got to tell you, so I also wanted to give a shout out. I don't know if they still listen, but I wanted to give a shout out to our friend Michelle.
Oh, yes.
Who not only she made us a few masks, but she actually came by and dropped them off, and that was very nice.
I know. Thanks, Michelle. I really like yours. And by the way, the fabric is like really very nice.
Do you want me to put you guys in touch? Can you guys maybe do like a collab? Because she's still working right now, so maybe she teaches you. The one thing about her is there's no pocket. So maybe you guys collab on a pocket stitch. She figures out maybe you guys talk about the what's it called?
I think she knows a bit more about sewing.
She is a professional. I mean,
yeah.
she should have been a seamstress.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, and again, the quality of the fabric. I mean, I'm taking like
dish towels.
No, I'm taking
tablecloth rags.
No, I'm taking napkins.
Ooh.
That's what I'm taking. That's what, like that brown one, that beige one there. Yeah. That's a napkin.
What did I ask you about the towel that was in the bathroom today?
I'm not going to say.
That lone bathroom towel is always scary. Yeah. All right, well, I'll put you guys in touch. But I did want to say thank you to Michelle.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. That was really sweet of you to do that. I appreciate it.
So Peter and Caitlin, Michelle.
We're going to need a lot of masks, so especially when Josh goes back to work.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to Bonnie for, because she made it a point to text and say she was still listening.
Good. Thanks, Bonnie.
And I hope that she did a Krispy Kreme stop. And I hope that those donuts were delicious.
Oh man, I don't need to have vegans. I could.
How funny though, right? Was it because
does she live near us?
She like splits her time, I think, in St. Louis and then out here.
Well, did she have Krispy Kremes here or in St. Louis?
I don't know. That I don't know.
There's only one here.
No, there's in what, California? It's literally just off the 91 freeway.
Yeah, locally.
No, I think there's one over in Torrance. No,
they closed several years ago. God, if there was one there, I'd go there.
How great though was it the other day? I was like, "Do you want donuts?" Like, no. And I'm like, "The vegan donuts." Like, no. And I pulled them up online. You're like, "Oh, okay."
Did you want to give a shout out to that place?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah,
you know,
let's wait till we see how good
they
look. The pictures are awesome, but
I have a strange suspicion that they are going to be very expensive donuts. Like, I'm thinking like 6 donuts is probably like $24.
Wow.
Like, I don't think you're walking in. I don't think you're walking in like a buck a donut. I think they're taking full.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like what?
Give me one more.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, come on, $3 of donut. Come on.
I bet you it's
$2.
I bet you a dozen donuts are $50.
They don't give prices on the
exactly.
Oh, that's bad side. Yeah, well, they don't give prices.
And a lot of people that are like posting photos, like
they are rich.
No, yeah, it's Kim Kardashian. It's but like they're
LeBron James.
It's Kim Kardashian, LeBron James. There was a couple pro hockey players that stopped by. There was Tiger Woods. He got donuts, but no, like they're carrying them in like it's like a
pretty
box.
carry cases.
No, but it's like a box of 4.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh.
So you get
4.
like 4 or you get 8.
No, because
you have to be super rich to get 8.
I've seen a box of 6. So I think if you get a dozen, you're probably getting 2 boxes of 6.
All right, well, I only want fruit ones. So if
I know what you want.
Okay. Yeah, we did talk about it.
Yeah.
We looked at the pictures. We actually were going to make our own.
My mom's saying these nutcakes. Cupnut. What do I call them? Nutcakes? God. Oh, no one wants to eat a nut cake. Oh, fuck me.
But a cup nut.
What do you even, a nut cake? Just, it's just a round nut cake. But cup nuts, it sounds a lot better. Because you don't really know what that, it could be a cup full of nuts.
Well, tell them what it is, though.
It's a cup full of nuts.
No, the reason it was called a cup nut was because
the reason why it was a nut cake. The reason was because we were talking about
making donuts.
We were going to start a donut business. Okay, this is not actually
not a donut business. We're just going to make donuts for ourselves.
Speak for yourself. We were going to start making donuts. And in the recipe I looked up was saying that you bake the donuts. So I was like, okay, great. And then on the recipe it says you need the donut
pans,
the pan
with the things with a hole.
And you were like, well, why do we need that? And I was like, because that's what makes them donuts. You're like, well, can't we just make like cupcakes? I think I have a cupcake thing.
I have a cupcake. I don't have donut.
And then I started blending, or maybe you did, and you said, oh, it would be.
You said it'd be nut. You said
it could be a cup nut. No, donuts, cup nut, or a dough cake.
A dough cake.
And then you came up with
Cupnuts.
And then somehow tonight I just said nut cakes, which again just does not sound appetizing at all.
Cupnuts is good if you say it really fast too. Cupnuts.
So anyway, if you guys would eat our cup nuts, let us know.
Yeah.
But we never made them.
We never made them, no. But those are our 2 new businesses.
Medical marijuana masks.
COVID
medical COVID masks.
COVID masks and cup nuts.
Cup nuts, which are donut cupcakes.
That's right.
So
donut
I'm hoping that I bring home some donuts tomorrow, and you're like, "Wow, I want to make some of these," and then you like surprise me in the morning.
Making you donuts in the morning,
honey. I made the chocolate chip banana donut.
Honey, the donuts are ready. The cup nuts are ready. All right. Well, I think that pretty much takes care of it.
I want everyone to stay.
It's fucking late too. We need to go.
I know it is late. Stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy, and please take care of each other. And don't be a crazy person in these bad times. And maybe leave a couple things at the grocery store for us or your neighbors.
Yeah, and if you want to trade paper towels for toilet paper, I need paper towels.
And you probably need toilet paper.
I have toilet paper, so just let me know.
Third business.
That's right.
And again, there's an episode every Tuesday. If you guys want to get in touch with us, mymomcindypodcast@gmail.com or at mymomcindypodcast on Instagram. And
wear your masks. Don't touch your face.
Wear your masks.
Wash your hands.
Check out my channel surfing video on my Instagram page @Josh Fasten.
There'll be more to come.
More to come. And I think that's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Yeah, be safe out there, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. All right. Very good.